Welcome to System Dynamics Online Tutorials. In this session we're going to cover the purchase module closing application as far as General Ledger is concerned. Within the distribution, under purchase order module and under processing, we have in the function of period closings, we have the period close for the purchase order module. What this application does is actually flag the period as closed for the purchase order module within the General Ledger period file. And what the system will do is display to you the current open period, or the very first open period within the purchase order module. And in this case we're being displayed the current period 1, the beginning date and the ending date of that period. This is telling me that the purchase order module from a General Ledger perspective is open for transactions within the month of January as displayed here, and this application will actually close it and flag it down. What the application does is it goes out and it analyzes all the transactions to make sure that there is no partially filled or open purchase orders within this transaction range that haven't been taken care of and posted to the General Ledger, and will display to me an error, which I will show to you here in a second. If not, the system will actually take that period and flag it as being closed. And from a General Ledger perspective, all transactions within the purchasing module will then go into the next period. If we execute this right now, I'm going to close down the current period 4 purchase order within current period 1 within the purchase order module. We simply execute the query and we get our standard batch online. There is nothing as far as a report is concerned here, and the application runs and a system message will come up displaying to me that the period closing is complete, and the system will exit out. If I go back directly into that, we will see that the first open period within the purchase order module now is period 2, because I've closed period 1, and the beginning and ending period date has been updated. Actually, we'll query and display from the 1st of February to the 28th of February. And we'll notice that the system has automatically analyzed the fact that I'm wishing to close the purchase order period for 2, but there are purchase orders on the system. And if I wish to see what those purchase orders are, I simply execute the query to view the report that the system has gone out and prepared for me. So if I execute that query and we get our standard batcher online and run that to the screen, we will be displayed a list of the purchase orders that are out there. The system shows to me the current period of when this transaction is occurring, and it's showing me the vendor, the name, the purchase order, and the receipt, and as well as the product information on that purchase order. And if it was a lot controlled, it would show me the lot information as well. I can take this purchase order now and find out why through our other various online inquiries, or even going into the purchasing module and the purchase order itself, and find out the status of purchase order 8087 as to why it's still open within that period. The reason for this particular one is that the purchase order has been partially filled, hasn't been closed, and is still sitting on the system. So the system will not allow me to close the period due to that purchase order being out there on the system until such time that I actually take care of it. And that concludes the purchase order period closing.